What up? Fly Like Phil here, the homie SpyroThe7th.
SpyroThe7th, woo-wee.
What's good?
Let's go.
What's cracking? So, yeah, it's, damn, what is today? Saturday. In the studio, posted up, where we always be at. What you up to?
Today is, we're about to go skate today. I'm a skateboarder. I got a couple homies with me in the studio, in the next room, doing some band stuff. But other than that, we've been chilling here at the studio, talking about some music, some stuff that we have in store for later on, and for this new label we got, Cali Functions, and I'm very excited for all that too. So I've been thinking about that a lot. I see that you've been on it, and you've been working on the website, and everything's coming together. I like what you're doing, brother.
Yeah, good looking out.
Just right there.
Trying to stay fly with it, and just trying to put stuff out. I like being part of the process, and I like dope art. So if I see some dope art out there, I'm always reach out and be like, hey, what are you doing as far as this goes? If I know a way you can make some money or something, I'll hit you up about it and see who's about their business, see who wants to work with me. Not all collaborations work out, but some do. You just gotta be out there collaborating to see which ones make sense.
Yeah, if your minds are working together right, it's all gonna come together. Everything aligns,
Yeah,
just like that.
Especially when you're just doing what you like to do and you're having fun. You got a positive attitude and ain't no like shadiness to anything you got going on. It's just trying to move forward and
just growing together as a team, and with everything that we're doing, and just motivate each other.
Yeah, and do cool shit. So that's how I came across Spyro the7th, because I seen him up at Inconsiderate. He was talking about how he was a rapper. Actually, this is the first time I seen Spyro. I came to Inconsiderate, right? Had to give my son some wheels or something. Rolling, and there's these like ladies in there, and one's like 22, one's probably like 28, and man, they were on Spyro. They were like, "What's up, Spyro? What do you do? Oh, what's your name?" I was like, this guy's, man, he's got these ladies' attention today. That was the first time I met Spyro.
So Inconsiderate, that was a skate shop I was working at, and
shout out to Daniel Wasson.
Shout
out to the band.
I was living in that skate shop, bro. Literally, but I like how, even all that helped me come together with you guys, and that I'm here at the studio.
Don't you mean you were providing 24/7 security services? Because that's why I kind of needed someone there all the time, because it was pretty random.
Yes.
So you might have been doing the homie a favor too by, watching the spot. Hey, shout out to Grizzly State, man. I got the fly new sticker. I don't know if I can see that.
Sheesh.
Mondo the DJ came through the other night. Shout out Mondo the DJ. Coming through with the Grizzly State sticks. Always got the fresh logos and gear. And bring in Shay.
Yeah. So I also want to ask you a question of just everything that you would want for me, and if us building a team in this, and what is something that you would really want to see out of like what I do, or just to bring more to the table for the studio.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to see you be able to be yourself. Like first and foremost, that's like something that not everybody gets an opportunity to do because of their line of work or something, but I think artists, it's really important to have artists. So I feel like anyone who falls into that category, number one, should, whatever it takes, have the opportunity to be themselves. So that's the main thing, see what you turn into, and there's no right answer or wrong answer in that. Just be the best you and be yourself. Like that's the number one thing. Number two, be consistent, and like I want to see people inviting you to come play dope shows because they know you're about to rock it.
Yeah. Like
I want the phone to be ringing with those opportunities, and just want to have fun and make fresh art. Really make the fresh art, But that goes back to you being yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where the fresh art is at.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. To me, it's all artistic. I just want to put out dope, high quality, thought out, sometimes impromptu, good sounding, fun feeling tracks, and you got that.
Well, thank you for that.
All right, so that's, you're not interviewing me, bro. I'm interviewing you right now. All right. So Yeah, but I gave you all the background on how I came across Spyro. turned out his music was dope. I checked it and I was like, all right, cool. So then I've been hitting a few homies up once I got the recording spot dialed in, and finally Spyro came through, and it was just cool. We made some songs, and now it's on.
It's all worked out.
Yeah. So like, what made you really start rapping? Like, what's the first time you was rapping, and like, where'd that come from? I should say, not what made you, but where'd it come from?
You know, like, I was never interested in school. You know, growing up in school, I always hated it. You know, and I've never found anything I like to do until maybe my junior year of high school is when we had this class called audio tech. And then so basically my teacher, they had this little podcast room, so they'll put a video on the screen or whatever, and then everybody will write podcasts on the news. But I told him, I was like, I wanted to make music, so he also had these booths in the room, you know, like 3 booths, and he would send me to a booth, and he started grading me off of the music that I was making on these Apple computers. And on there I was on GarageBand, you know, and so this is the only thing that I ever felt like filled my void, you know, from learning something in school. You know, there was not anything else that really caught my attention other than that.
How old were you then?
Man, I was probably like 17 maybe.
That's what's up.
About that.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, music will do that to you, man. It'll make you feel some type of way.
Yeah, but
that's what it's for. And like a lot of different artists, they say, you know, the greatest expression is through music. Mm-hmm. But music is something that some people are just blessed with the talent with. But like lyrics, like, so let me ask you about lyrics a little bit, because I feel like, to me, what I liked about your music, it wasn't just like the way that you say your stuff, but like your topics, they were like kind of all over the place, and I like that. But they painted a picture, and they kind of walk you down a storyline going through it, but you use like real off the wall. You just look at things like in a different way, and I like that. Like, what's that about? Basically.
So really, it's just I'm a very spiritual person. Like there's been times where even like, I don't know, I've tried like the psychedelic mushrooms and stuff, and this is beyond like even just talking about that, you know, which is like, this is something that also like kind of proved more that there's something spiritual out there over than like what we can see. And even going into that, there used to be these certain spirits that would use me to like, they would like really use my mouth to speak, use my mouth to either mess with people. And so this is something I used to do inside of I'm gonna get very deep with this right now. And I used to be in a mosh pit, right? In a dirt mosh pit, you know, I would put a circle in the mosh pit. Like, I would just draw it with my foot, and then I would put these cans out. And I don't know why I was doing this. This is just something that was just happening within my body. It's just happening. And basically, I would build this triangle out of like cans, you know, and then I would basically set a curse on this thing, right? To whoever would break my cans, I'm basically sending something home with you, which isn't good. I was doing that like unintentionally, but I was doing it. And then in my music, I really just talk about, you know, what I was dealing with and the evil that I was dealing with, and why I've like, I'm trying to change, and I'm trying to be better, which is, it has been like that way, you know. I'm trying to put a different message. I'm trying to speak against things like that, you know, because people are out there as you know, warlocks, and like do these type of weird practices, which is what I'm trying to speak against, because this is something, you might be dealing with something that's not what you intended it to be, you know. So a lot of my music speaks against these things.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. It's crazy you talk like that, because it kind of feels like, you know, life to a lot of people, it is a game, even though it's super real. Yeah. But a lot of people like gamify everything, and like those kind of spirits. I feel like that's why it's important, just as a person, and not a man or a woman, but just as a person, to be the highest level that you can. So when people are like trying to, you know, put that hate on you, it just bounces off you, because you're a high enough level to just defeat that energy. And that, to me, it's speaking metaphorically, but it's kind of about being on point, you know. Yeah. And there's a lot that comes with that. And that goes into that. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. But on the flip side, that's how I look at things. You just got to be on point and let people be casting their little spirits, because if they don't work on you, it's going against them. And the world is like that. There's always going to be envy. Anytime you're successful, anytime you're doing good, anytime you got something, whether it's just the swag you got or, you know, the new shoes you got and you're looking fly, like, people are going to always have that.
It's like there's a war against, like, everybody. Like,
yeah. But that's like, and not everybody's having the same day. Not everybody's having a good day. You know, bad things happen and it affects people, and you don't know who around you is like that. That's why it's really important as a person to, you know, when you see someone, you know, give them a smile, let them know like everything's cool. Like, those things go a long way. You talk to people, greet people, and really don't just ask them how they doing. Like, really ask them, you know, like, it's important to take care of those people. Yeah,
I get you. At that time, it's like some people, you know, they just ask how you are. They're not actually really caring. They're just to start a little conversation or just to, you know, it's whatever. But really, like, putting yourself out there to motivate others and, like, speak more positively to people in that type of way is it speaks more volumes, you know, than just or doing something for somebody. You know, it really does seek more to, you know, be that type of person to want to help out and want to, you know, make sure that you're actually okay.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's weird because, like, sometimes I'd be around people and they, like, help me remember who I am. Like, they help me remember myself sometimes being around certain people because their energy's good and you get to be yourself all the way. And that's like super important. Like, but that's like goes back to being authentic, I think, you know. So to me, that's the main thing. Like, when I'm looking at artists, when I'm consuming art, you can tell when art has feeling in it, you know? There's just something there. It's not like NPC sounds, you know? It's coming from human experience or reality. But I encourage all art, though, because great writing is hard to get good at, too, and the only way to be a good writer is to write a lot of shit. Like, so I know we banged out Mockingbirds really quick. I want to talk about the process. Let's talk about that song, because that
was like one of the hardest, like, fastest songs. Like, I don't even know how to explain that really, but it was just, I got that beat, you know, from Nere, you know, my producer, and he sent that to me. I literally wrote that song as soon as he sent it to me, and the next day I came and I recorded it here, you know. And everything went fly, and what is it? Maybe like a day or two later, we recorded a music video for it, and that was like, everything just came together. Like, it just whatever we needed to do with that song, it just really just happened.
Yeah,
you know. And that song is just, I would say, one of my favorites that I have right now. You know, and it's not even out yet, but this month it will be, right?
Yeah,
you know, so. I'm really excited for that one. That process was definitely a good process, though. In that,
yeah, we actually been sitting on that track too. Like, it's a good song and it's a good video, and people need to see it. So we've been trying to tie in a good way to drop it, but. Go skateboarding day. I was talking to my daughter, and she was like, randomly, she's in my office at the crib, and go skateboarding day is June 21st. And then me and you talked like 2 minutes later. I was like, hey, we should just launch it on Go Skateboarding Day. Like, so that's when it's coming out, June 21st.
Yep, 2023, Go Skate Day.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's coming quick. So, yeah, that song was cool though. You talk about Mockingbird, so like, you want to talk a little bit about what I don't know, what you were thinking when you wrote that?
Oh, I could definitely tell you. So, there's a lot of people out there that are like, it's almost like their sole purpose is to mess with you, is to like knock you off of your path, you know. So it's like anything that you do, they try to, you know, tell you something the other way that it's not, or, you know, or they'll try to talk down on you, mock you, you know, or so. And this also ties into a story that I had, to where it's like I was looking at these people in the face, you know. I was kind of just like tripping out at the time, and so I was looking at their faces. This happened also through one of my friends, you know, one of my old friends I used to have, and they would look at me with these faces, you know, almost as like smirking in my face, like telling me that I messed up, or that I basically like doomed myself in a way. And so this face that they would give me was just like, it was like pure pure sinister, like it's a face that shows like that they're mocking me, you know. They're making fun of the situation that's going on, you know. And I don't know these people, you know. They know because it's a spiritual thing. There's a war that we can't see, you know, right in front of us, you know. So that's what that came from. Mockingbirds.
Yeah, that track bangs too. Shout out to Nere, produced by Yung Nere. Talk a little bit about you guys and like how you kind of started collaborating, I guess, and then just what you guys been doing and a little bit on the history, because it seems like you guys been working together for a long time and kind of got a cool sound you guys developed together from what I'm hearing, and just listening to your whole discography, like hearing you two kind of grow together. Is like an experience, I think. I think that's pretty dope.
So even and that goes back to when I was in high school on the Apple computers, you know, and I was working with another producer in there, you know, but we're all like in school just learning this, you know, so pretty much I met a guy, his name is Splash Townsend, you know, so some of you people might even know him, you know, out here in Moreno Valley. So I met him at a skate park, and, you know, we chopped it up or whatever, and, you know, figured out we both made music or we're rapping, and we're like, you know what, like, let's make a song, you know, let's make this song. So he actually ended up introducing me to Nere. You know, we go to his house probably like the next day or you know, two, you know, and that's pretty much it said it from right there, you know. As soon as I worked with him, you know, I ended up coming back. We recorded a song together, and the next day, you know, I got his number and all that. I'm like, hey, like, we should keep doing this, you know. And he lives so close to my house, like literally like 5 minutes, you know, like, so it was like easy access for me to just get there and just, you know, if we want to get some music out, I don't have to rely on a school computer, you know. I can go and work with this producer, and I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just writing and I'm rapping, you know. So I was just hoping that I would be able to work with somebody like him, like I was inside of school, you know. So he definitely became that match for me, you know, and all that. So that was that's something that was very beneficial to me and him too, you know. Him having his own like artist that he's been consistently working with, you know. As of right now, he's just been beats, bro. Here you go, bam. You know, let's get this, boom, boom. You know, making these beats for me, and that Mockingbird beat that he made, I tell him like, bro, you went off with this beat right here, man. You know, he definitely has a different style to him, and I acknowledge that, and he's still going. He's not stopping. He's been working for also Studio Plug, and, you know, shout out to Studio Plug for, you know, for their content and what they put out there on their website. But he's been on it for a minute, you know, and that's one dude I work really well with, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's crazy how that song came about too. Like, you know, you text me and was like, hey, I got this beat from Nere. It's a banger. I wrote a song to it. Can we record tomorrow? I was like, yep, let's go. Came in here, set everything up, and we've been recording a little bit, so I kind of know how you like shit to sound. So, and we recorded the song real quick. Talked about doing a video. All right, come through. Got the equipment. Let's go.
Yep.
But that process, working like that, it's like never frozen at In and Out. You know, it was fresh. Came right from Nere's computer, straight to you. Wrote a song, straight to me. Let's record it. Let's make the video, drop it. So the process was cool, man. That was fun. That was a good project for me too, because I like seeing stuff from the concept to a product. Like
just putting it out there physically too, you know. Just even from that video, that shows. I feel like just the video alone showed all the work we put into that, just that one song, you know. So that was thank you for that too. I want to say thank you for helping me with that video, bro.
yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for,
you know, Phil got the skills. He got the recording skills too, man. He does it all.
He's trying, man.
You know.
Yeah, it's just fun to work with people who got a creative spark, and then anything I can do to help, you know, help you fan the flame, basically. Yeah, but my whole thing is I just want to see people make like real art. I just want people to be themselves. I want people to like, you know, That's the real thing. Just see what's different about what you put out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not trying to just copy some other stuff. Like, you gotta let it pour out.
You know, I mean, because many artists do sound the same today. You know, I feel like we all have to, like you said earlier, like, to be ourselves. You know, authentically just be us, and we all relate in a lot of certain ways because we're human, but I believe that we all have a different message and we all carry ourselves differently. So in my music, like, if I'm going to record something, it has to be based off of things that I'm going through. I can't sit there and lie and tell people that I'm, you know, because I'm not doing a whole bunch of drugs and I'm not drinking all the time, and I'm not, you know, there's just certain things that people want to just have this persona of what everybody else is talking about, and I feel like it's very hard to be at the top in that sense, you know, because if you're trying to like just be like that, you know, talk about everybody, you know, so how do you stand out? How are you, you know, how it's like you need to really be yourself, bro. Be yourself in that. So find that path, find that wave.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard sometimes for a lot of people, and it's a bummer to see that. But yeah, for sure. I just like to see the art, man. All right, so damn, I was about to ask you a couple questions. Okay, yeah. So we should probably wrap up in like 10 minutes. Tell me a couple minutes maybe about skate cross. That's like, what's up with that?
Skate cross.
How you spell it?
So skate cross, SKATEKROSS. So skate cross is actually a something I started with a church, you know, ministry. It's a Christian church, and so I was just going to this church for like a year, you know. So even when I was working at the skate shop, you know, we have all the band members, 6 Cents, you know, Inconsiderate, and one of the band members, Chico, you know, we call him Chico, and he actually just ended up asking me to go to the church with him, and I'm like, you know what, like, okay, like, I'll go to this church with you. So then we start going to this church, and I was like, I like it here. You know, the people were super cool and like nice, and like, you know, just they kind of like took me in as like a family, you know. So we just been just talking about it. Like later on, I was maybe like almost a year of me being at that church. The pastor comes to me and he's like, hey, like, I think I have this thing we should do, because you're a skateboarder, right? And he knows that I rap. He knows I'm on the mic doing stuff and I'm performing and all that stuff. So he's like, hey, like, I have this thing, like, we should host like contests, you know? So he actually brought up the idea of something, you know? And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, let's talk about it a little bit more. So I actually end up coming with the name, you know? I'm like, we should do this, we should call it Skate Cross, you know? And so basically just from that, you know, they had the logo and all that. They set that up. And as soon as we went to the skate park, you know, we're giving all the kids, you know, skateboards. And the church, they're sponsored by Tilly's, bro. So we get like boxes, big old boxes of just Tilly's clothes, you know. So when we go there, all the kids, they go up and just get what you want, you know. It's all right there in piles of clothes, shoes, brand new shoes. Everything's brand new. And then we would also do the contest. You know, I'll do the contest for the kids and give them skateboards and maybe some more merch.
That sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. So we'll play some music, and we'll also cook. You know, we'll have barbecues, like hot dogs or like burgers. You know, so it was, you know, everyone's out there skating, so we want to make sure that, you know what, like, we know you guys are hungry, you're sitting out in the sun. You know, so, you know, we want you guys to we want to keep the energy going, you know, get some energy in your body. Let's keep going with this. And so pretty much that has been going on for maybe almost a year now, you know, that we've been doing the skate cross stuff. And it's definitely an experience for me that I was dreaming of. You know, it just all came together. So
yeah, that sounds really cool. And I've seen some photos of a couple of the most recent events, and there's like activities it looks like to do. Looks like you guys had really good weather on those days. Like,
yes, we did.
Looked like a fun event.
Yeah.
How many people come out usually?
So it really does vary every time that we go, but I know that this last one we went to, it was a lot of kids there, you know, so it really does have to be a sunny day, you know, that we would choose to go out. But also the whole church goes, you know, and that's about like almost maybe like 40 of us that go, 40 of us that are just there
cool.
all working together, and so that we try to pick the sunniest day, so we could get most of the children out there. And I'm not even really talking mostly about just the children, we still got like the older kids, people, and all that we do the contest for. But we just go out there, just make them all smile and just have fun. We're not charging you nothing. We just want everybody to just know that they're loved, and that they also have a purpose, So
yeah, that's cool, man. What else was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, so should probably wrap it up in a couple of minutes. Skate Cross, do they got like an Instagram, or like how do they find it? Just check you out?
Yeah, so on Skate Cross, it's literally just how I spelled it, SKATEKROSS on Instagram. If you look up that, and that's all it is.
Dope. And then you're at Play Me Skate, which is dope. Talk a little bit about skateboarding real quick.
All right, at Play Me Skate. That's right. So skateboarding for me has really been. I've really seriously been skating for like about 7 years, and I started skating. He's actually inside the other room recording right now, but I started skating with my boy Aaron, and he's we've been skating ever since then, and I didn't have any sponsors for a couple years, it's always been like a dream to have like my sponsors and all that type of stuff, and I didn't really get that till like later on with the Inconsiderate, working in the board shop and getting the skateboards from them and all that type of stuff. But other than that, I was living in Long Beach for a little while, and just skateboarding kind of picked up for me a lot more when I went to Long Beach, even just and relating to the music too. I did this show, and it had like a whole bunch of pro skaters there. Like, it was probably one of the best shows that I didn't think that this would ever happen to me, so it was like Boo Johnson there, Tyson Peterson, and a whole bunch of other skateboarders that were there just getting lit with me while I'm performing, and it was like one of the best things ever. And it's like I started going to like the skate shop out there too, Boo Johnson skate shop. We would just sit out there and we would smoke together, and like I had a puppy at the time, so our dogs would play together, and so I was just hanging around that skate shop a lot, skateboarding in the front, and just helping out just because I wanted to. Like, I wasn't even working there. I just wanted to help. I just wanted to be surrounded by people that skate and people that are, into the same things that I'm into. And it also brought out the art in me too when I was hanging around these people, And skateboarding is already an art by itself, It's something that you paint and that you learn. It's like there's no like field, or there's no rings. It's just all what's in your head and what you want to do. I go outside and I look at the world way differently, because it's like I see a set of stairs. It's like, wow, like that looks nice. I want to hit that. I want to do a kickflip, or I want to, whatever you want to do. So skateboarding has definitely kept me busy. It kept me having something to do. It gave me exercise.
Yeah, it's dope. Skateboarding is a ridiculous way to challenge yourself too, because like, there's always this trick that's like on the verge, but it's sketchy, and you're like, I know I could bust out. All right, I just got to fucking dedicate and go for it. It's a real like mind over matter sport. That's my favorite thing about it, is like the challenge of yourself. Even if like the challenge to do something simple, like to learn how to ollie right, and style it out. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of crappy ollies. And
definitely within that, it's a process. It's a lot of bloodshed.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready for the ride.
I used to be cruising now, man. I'm 41. Like, I'll drop in, do some little rock and rolls on the coping, and maybe a couple ollies here and there. On a good day, a kickflip out the bowl, maybe. But yeah, that's pushing it. Just cruising now.
Yeah, it's a lot to it. It's a lot of effort and a lot of practice. You got to be on it like every day. If you really want to skate and have sponsors, you need to be doing it every day that you can
to keep the
least,
feel. You got to keep that feeling. Take a day off, you don't remember what to do the same way sometimes. Until you're pro. Once you've been doing it so long, that's different, man.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, so what else you want people to know before we sign out of here, bro?
Well, really, I just want people to know that, that they are loved and that they do have a purpose, and that Also, if there's anything that they have that's creative in their head that they should go on and not really worry about what the world is telling them, like not to do it. I want them to feel that they can be themselves and that people can portray their own art and music and things without people being in their ear. You know, it's like if you have an idea, put it out there and make sure that you're heard because you have a voice too, you know. So that's really the main thing. Also, other than that, I am SpyroThe7th. Play Me Skate, Instagram. And this is Phil, and I'm really glad to be working with him, and I'm ready for this journey, you know, that we got going.
Yeah, well, we're already in the middle of it, so it's on. It's been cool so far. Yeah, we're gonna start booking some shows, doing a little bit of traveling, getting Spyro out there, coming to your town to perform live. This guy's got a really cool stage presence and a good live show too. I saw him play, got him on a show with MC Life, the Sunny Days and Vibes. It was at the Hideaway one night, like a couple months back. It was all cold. It was like a really cold night. But like the place, there were some people there, but it wasn't like cracking, you know. But so Spyro comes in, you know, got his music. DJ gets it, throws it on, starts rocking it, and like took the energy in the room up in a cold room. Like just came in off the street and changed the vibe in there. That was dope.
Yes, sir.
I got some cool photos from that too somewhere. I gotta
get them out.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right, yeah. Well, that's pretty much it. Thanks anybody who's checking this out. Appreciate y'all. I'm Fly Life Phil, and yeah, good looking out, SpyroThe7th.
Woo-wee. Let's go.
Yeah.